Konpaevents.com.
3 pour 5, allô, bonsoir.
Hello, bonsoir. It's Josh Shakes. How are you?
I'm doing good, Josh. This is Wilfried. Boy, san parle Creole, nous parle anglais. So it's a pleasure to have you on the line. As we...
parle Creole. Parle Creole.
On parle petit Creole too.
Je connais petit Creole, je connais petit bayo, so on en parle.
Not a problem. I just played your latest video with Draw. And we're gonna talk about you, talk with you about what you've been up to lately. Before we get into everything, parlez-nous de vous-même. Tant qu'on jeune, m'apprendre qu'on fait Brooklyn, et just font une biographie de tout rapidement pour nous, cap garder, cap tendre en même temps.
How are you? Dit ça qu'a fait tout le monde attendait. My name is Josh X. I was born in Brooklyn, raised in Queens. Maman c'est haïtien, li fait au Cap. Papa moi c'est un dominicain, avec haïtien. Papa fait Port-au-Prince. And konya connaît maman divorcé avec papa moi, when m'était petit monde, 2 ans. And maman vient là America en travail dur en li bon moi musique li te dit moi pour jouer en piano because il pas te gain un paquet de cob il te gain 5 petites avec papa and li pas ka li dit moi New York too expensive so c'est pour chita jouer piano chaque jour pour payer pour l'école because c'est même ou gain and je gagne 5 petites pour manger, so je travaille dur, so ça, à l'école, je travaille dur, je prends un scholarship sur le collège, et je finis l'école pour mon papier, parce que je dis, je fais musique américaine, et je finis l'école. So, quand je me dis, OK, même maman pile, me dit, il fait un pile sacrifice pour moi, je me dis, OK. So my travail dur, je buy mon papier, and then m'a chanté.
That's very good, Josh. That's very good. You can speak English too, you know. But music. The first question: how old are you?
Me, 28.
28 years old. You said your mom gave you a piano and said you have to take lesson and you have to learn. I mean, how are you with a piano now? Are you a good player or you just okay?
Well, I was playing piano at 6 years old, and my mom, she really had a love for classical music, and she told me to study, and you would be able to have a full scholarship for college. So I ended up graduating with a scholarship in college for piano. I like to think of myself as a good player. Stevie Wonder told me I was a great player.
That's very
so
good.
I'm very happy with that. And you know, I'm a humble guy, but I believe in myself and I believe in my talent. So yes, I'm a great player.
That's very good. For how long you been involved in the music business, professionally?
Professionally, I've been for about 4 to 5 years. Professionally, taking it serious and giving it my all. More importantly, the last 2 years with my new team, KSR, and just been really taking it day by day and working on new music and getting ready to go to radio with some new music.
That's very good. For the past 5 years, what has been your accomplishment? What have you done? How many singles you put out? How many videos, and where music have taken you for now?
I've been able to do, first of all, for the last 5 years. Man, that's a long time. I put out. You give me some memory to think of. I put out a song with Ghostface. I put out a song with Jadakiss. I put out a song with Cardi B, and getting ready to release a new song. In the past 5 years, I've been really doing a lot of, you know, family things in terms of taking care of my family. Recently, my father was last year diagnosed with cancer. So when I had my song with Cardi B out, I had to kind of stop focusing on a lot of music stuff right now, and focus on family because that's important. This year, 2018, for me, my friend, it's for me to put 100% of my full attention into my music because I have a great project called Trapped in Love that I've been working on, and I really can't wait to get it out to the people.
What is this? What is Trap in Love? Well, can you describe that for us? What we're gonna get inside the project?
You're gonna get a lot of detailed fusion of trap music mixed with R&B, because today's music, the sound of music, is relatable to trap music in American culture. And today the kids are just listening to trap. So me and my label, we were discussing different ways to engage the audience because with my song, with R&B right now, it's a little bit of an older genre. And, I feel like I don't want to get pitched into a demographic, which is like 35 and older. And I needed to be able to relate to the people that are in my age group and people that are younger than I am even. And we came up with this project called Trapped in Love, where the songs and the music beat production is all fresh. And it's similar to Promise, how we took Kompa music and fused it with R&B. Okay. So you can expect the same type of fusion, like trap with real traditional R&B songwriting and melodies and etc.
That's very good. Do you have a date for that project yet to come out?
I would say in the next 4 weeks. I'm right now packaging my single to drop in the next 2 weeks. After my single drops, we want to get. It would be great to have it drop sometime in February for Valentine's Day. That would be the ideal way, but with everything going on with dealing with things behind the scenes, I'm hoping for that. But you could say between February and March, definitely that'd be out.
That's very good. Your one of your single, "Heaven on My Mind" with Cardi B, made it to the top 20. How was that for you? Seeing your song on the top 20 on the Billboard.
It was an awesome experience. It was definitely a song that I had no idea was gonna do that. It was a song that we created a few years ago, actually. When I first got with my label, it was one of the first tracks that he played for me. So I was really excited that song was able to do that, and people gravitated to me off my first record on a new company. It was the first, a very risky thing because at the time when we dropped it, Cardi was still going through transition of people not really accepting her as an artist and more of a reality star. But due to our relationship and our belief in the record, Heaven on My Mind, the title of being something so positive, I guess God wanted me to get there. So it did great for me.
That's very good. With your new project, what's your goal? What would you like to accomplish with your new project?
I just like to drop it, see it do, and reach the people that I believe need to hear my music, and then go on tour and promote my single and just travel. Like last year, I was on tour. I loved it. It was fun. I miss it. This year, I wanna probably by this summer be able to gear up my music so I can get everything going and be on a tour. And just really, honestly, for me, music is about helping people with a message. It was never for me. I never got involved in music to make money. I feel like my brain is, designed to make money in whatever I would do, because I'm a kid that went to college and had a full scholarship. So I like to consider myself that if I put my mind to anything, I would have been successful in it. But more importantly, my main goal, so you know a little bit more about me, is that I want to uplift people with my music. I want to help people overcome their depressions and life struggles, because I feel like as a kid growing up in New York without my father and seeing my mother struggle so much, music saved me from that depression. So I'd like to help anybody that's going through in 2018 to 2050 or however long God gives me, I just want to help people with my music and give them show them a better way. Cause I didn't do it. I didn't go to the streets. You know, being born in Brooklyn, raised in
Yeah.
Queens, I could have got involved in bad things. But I went to college. I went to school. I did it the right way. So I
How
just want to help people see that.
how was that to you going in New York? I mean, in Brooklyn, and then for you to keep your heads up, for you to actually choose to go to school, to go to college instead of, there's a lot of other things that you could have done in New York. Uh, what motivation did you have in for you to stay? You to said, you know what, I'm not gonna go on the street. I'm just gonna go to school. I'm just gonna make my mother proud.
Seeing my family hurt a lot growing up as a kid. My mom, she was in a lot of abusive relationships, and seeing her as a young girl trying to figure it out. You know, she did it in New York City with 5 kids with no child support from my dad. So, as a young man, I made no excuses for myself. If my mother was from Haiti and she didn't even speak English, and bought a house in America with no father to help her, then I should have to be able to do the same thing. So I used to tell myself if my mom could do it, I could do it. And she was really my role model and my hero because she told me in life, don't wear Michael Jordan sneakers or Louis Vuitton. Wear Josh X. You know, make your own clothes, make your own name for yourself. And she used to tell me that. And you know, being Haitian, sometimes we don't understand, especially being Haitian American, because you know I'm a first generation American, Haitian American. You might have think when your mom told you the ingenue, or when you didn't really have a conversation, you couldn't really communicate with your parents. As a Haitian American, I would see kids curse their mothers out in the house, but my mother, she would take a knife and kill me if I ever said anything to her. I am very blessed. Growing up in America, the children with if I didn't have my mother as a Haitian, I would not be who I am today.
So
I
you
wouldn't have a home. I wouldn't own a house. I wouldn't own a business. I wouldn't have anything if it wasn't to see that my mother, as a young Haitian woman that didn't speak English, came to America and did the American dream for 5 kids all by herself. And all her kids graduated college. So,
what music has done for you so far? You're young in the game. You're fresh, only 29. You're just getting started. So
28.
far, 28. So far, what have you
Yeah.
done? What have you accomplished? Like, has music been bring you a lot of financial stabilities? How does that going for you?
You know, music has been able to provide where I bought my mom a luxury car,
That's nice.
her first luxury car. I have a house. You know, I have businesses. I have other branches of businesses outside of music. I own a barbershop called JX Cuts, which is after me. You know, it helps me pay. My mom bought her a first Louis Vuitton designer bag, and then I'm into cars. I'm definitely into cars. So I drive a Bentley GT, and I have a BMW Grand Coupe M6. So I've been able to live my dream and drive my dream cars and see my mom drive her dream cars, all with my voice. So I feel very blessed for that.
That's very good. Right now, for someone who has anyone who hasn't listened to your music, how do you describe your music to some the newcomers, the new listeners, people who's gonna discover you for the first time?
If you're looking for a place to get to fall in love with yourself and others again, I think you should come get into my music because today love is so not talked about and so overlooked. I think young girls and young men that are looking for a place to feel accepted and not have to talk about what everyone else is talking about. That's what my music is about. My music is about real love and life because without love, you don't have anything. So for me, I feel as an artist, as a messenger, especially as a spiritual man that believes in God, that if you know me, honestly, my friend, you could listen to me and you could feel good about yourself after you listen to me. you could feel good about your relationship after you listen to me. And I feel like that's what I'm going to put out into the world because the world needs more of it, especially today's time.
That's very good. Explain. Walk me through if you like when you're ready to go in the studio, you're gonna start working on your on new music. Uh, what's your step? How do you process everything? Are you the one in charge of making the music part or the lyrics? Or how involved are you into making your own music?
So I write about 90% of all my lyrics. Sometimes if the song, a beat comes to me, if I like the instrumental, I like to, write to it. If there's a hook on it, if I love it, I might use it.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, 90% of my songs I write. Promise, that song was created by just listening to, saying to myself, I want to create a Kompa R&B song. And then I just sit and listen to the beat and then I write. I never wrote songs on paper. Okay. I feel like when you write on paper, it's not coming from your heart. So when I record, I go into the booth, I put the beat on, I put my headphones on, and I start saying whatever comes to me. Because whatever comes to me at first is what needs to be on the song.
That's very good. The Promise is a collab between you and Drew. Like, is that a risk that you take to do a Kompa R&B kind of record?
Is it a risk?
Yes.
To me, it was a give back to my people. Growing up to being Haitian American and seeing my mother get excited when a Sweet Mickey's music came on or anybody's music, a classic Kompa song came on. My mom used to love to get up and dance. She used to be, Josh, come dance with me. So at my age now, I said, let me be the voice for the Haitian people and be the younger voice for the Haitian people because as Haitian people, we're so intelligent. We're able to do many things and put our mind to things that we can accomplish. So with Promise, I said, you know what, let me give America a taste how powerful my culture is. And when you look at Spotify and Apple Music, and you look at YouTube and you look at SoundCloud, there's many people listening to this song. And they're very, very American, but they're listening to the song because they feel the people's culture, and that's what I wanted to give with Promise. So no, I didn't take a risk. I actually did everything that I believed in.
Will you consider that being a successful record for you as far as the numbers?
Absolutely, because when you look at other Kompa records on Spotify and Apple Music, some of them are not even past 10,000. So for me to have over 150,000 streams on Apple Music and almost 100,000 streams on Spotify and 120,000 plays on Facebook, my video in a couple of weeks, yeah, because nobody put a Kompa song on the radio before. Nobody before me. White Clef is my friend, good friend of mine. I know him very well, and he would tell you, I don't know anybody that could sing like me that put a song on the radio like me or out in the American business like me that at this level, and this is my first one. So yeah, it's definitely a success.
Is it something that we're gonna get more out of you?
Absolutely, because this is who I am. So as much as the people, that's why I need my Haitian people to support me. I need you people, my people, to help me get there because I need to get this message out. Promise was just the first taste. Now I got some more. I have more pickles. I'm getting packet pickles.
That's very good. You have worked with a few people. Give me 3 people that you would like to work with in the near future.
Oh man, Drake, one of them, Beyonce, another, and another artist that I would love to work with. That's a good question. Drake, Beyonce, and Lionel Richie. I would love to work with Lionel Richie.
What is it that you like about the artist? Like, for example, let's say Drake.
Drake, his songwriting, the way he writes. I think he's a genius in what he does. I haven't really met another artist that impressed me as much as he does when it comes to writing, because I'm a real musician. I know how to write, play instruments, so this is not a pretend for me. You know, I went to the best of the schools to become who I am today. So I trained to become. But when I listen to Drake, I could see that his skill is very, very on point. Beyonce, hell of a performer, songwriter, and you know everything else. And Lionel Richie, forget it. I think he's one of the greatest songwriters to ever exist in the world.
That's good for people who's watching. When it's come to performance, where have you been? I mean, tell me a few places that you perform before. I'm talking about the high stage.
Oh man, I've been on a whole tour. Me and Cardi went on a whole tour, but before Cardi, I've been pretty much to every city and performed in every major stage, from a BB King's to a SOB's to a Nokia Theater, to every Blue Note, many different locations. But more importantly, I was recently just did a few shows with Anthony Hamilton, and we did a few dates where I was in D.C. with him, and we did a venue in New York, and I performed in every city in this country. I can honestly say that I've performed in pretty much every state, every major state.
That's very much. How is it being on stage with someone like Anthony Hamilton, who I consider being a legend? How is it experiencing that, going through that? How was that for you?
Anthony is a legend. He's a great guy. I have a great story with Anthony, because Anthony was in the same room with me when I met Stevie Wonder, and Stevie Wonder was endorsed me. And then years later, I ended up being an opening act under Anthony Hamilton. For me, it was a blessing. He's a huge artist. To let me perform in front of his fans was a blessing. There was a lot of people in the crowd. And for me, when I got off stage, he said he loved my show and he enjoyed it. And that was more important to me, because, my label would be able to politically get in touch with his people. And then we perform. But when the artist enjoys your performance, there's a big difference. So I was extremely happy to be in the presence of him once again, because he will always be someone I remember, because I met him the same day I met Stevie Wonder.
Okay. Musically, as far as overall talent, delivery, who do you look up to? Who do you like? Who would you consider being your idol, but the people that you look up to?
All my idols is the people that I got a chance to chill with and talk to. Mainly Brian McKnight. That's the first artist that I fell in love with, because he was talking about things that I needed to hear about relationships. Because, again, I never had my father in my house, so I didn't really know how to approach girls or talk to girls or know anything, because my mom was always working, but my father was never around. So I used to listen to Brian McKnight and listen to how he was dealing with his love and his relationship. And artists that played the piano and sang were easy for me, because at the time I played the piano. So Brian McKnight, Stevie Wonder, those are my two idols. And I got a chance to sit down with both of them.
That's very good. If you wasn't doing music, Josh, what would you be doing? What other things do you think you would like or enjoy doing, just like you're doing right now with music?
Probably be a lawyer. Because every time my family calls me, anytime there's a problem, everyone calls me to get them out of it.
That's very good. For people who like to follow you, who like to stay in touch with you, to listen to your music, how can they stay in touch with you? What are your page on this social media where you can be reached?
On my Facebook, it's Josh X Official. On Instagram, it's Josh X. On Twitter, it's Josh X. And my website is Josh Exantus, spelled JOSHXANTUS music.com. And you guys could talk to me anytime. I'm always here. I love to talk to my fans. I love to talk to people that get into my music. and I'm always here to give people advice on things. So feel free to stay connected with me, and I'll definitely be the one to respond back.
Again, remind us the date when your new project is coming out, so we can stream it. We can start supporting you because you are a very positive guy, and we need to stay behind you because you're representing us very, very well.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. My project Trapped in Love will be dropping either in February or March. Look out for it. I'll make sure that I get it to you guys first. Thank you once again for supporting me. You know, it's a blessing to be a part of this culture. It's a blessing to be accepted by this culture, and I'm looking to do something special for the Haitian people. As a community, I feel like I could be a great voice for the youth, and I want to be that, and I want to accept that responsibility, and I appreciate you for helping me get closer to that goal. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Josh, and have a good one. It was nice talking to you, okay?